chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls. I want you to know that what you're experiencing now is a foreign feeling. Okay? This desire for the narcissist is actually foreign from something that God wants for you, all right, or the universe, or whatnot. It's sourced from the enemy, from the devil, from the dark forces, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty clear that there's opposing forces in this world, in the spiritual realm. It's pretty clear. It's very clear, actually, that there is something. That's what I mean. Whether you call it dark energy, dark spirits, devil, God, like there's opposing forces, universe, whatever you want to call it as, right? But I want you to know that you may be in a place where you've let go of the narcissist and everything, or you may be in a place where you still desire them, and that's what I want to focus on. Okay, those of you that still, and it might be a wavering feeling. Okay, these feelings that you're having, God or the universe or your ancestors or your angels are trying to guide you, all right, to understand how you need to be replenished and how you need to be detached from these feelings or these things that you hold so dear to your heart, all right, or are so intrinsically wrapped around in the person who you are. And it's about breaking free from that. But ultimately, this dark force out there, this devil out there, this negative energy out there, really wants you to be back with the narcissist. All right? Whatever type of narcissist this was, it could be a job, could be a partner, a business partner, that's what I mean, romantic relationship, friend. Basically, the dark forces want you to go back there because they have a good understanding, a rough understanding that it's going to lead to your destruction. Okay? So you need to know that you're being pruned, if that's the right word. It might not be, but you're being chipped away at by God, by the universe, to strip you of all of this attachment and affections that you have towards this individual. It's to completely rid you of it. Okay? So now you understand how you are in that dynamic and what's happening. The narcissist also has tendencies, and whether they're conscious of it or not, that they're subservient to the dark forces. This is why you hear me talk about how they're obsessed and stuff, right? Because they're actually governed by these dark forces. So whether they're conscious of the dark forces or not, some of them are spiritual, some of them are not. Some of them pretend to be, some of them don't. Some of them pretend to be religious, some of them, you know what I mean? But these dark forces are making them have affections towards you, right? Warped affections, obsession, spying, just deranged stuff, right? But they need to really rid that of themselves as well, If they want what's best for them in life, will they? Only God knows, or the universe knows. But they have to rid themselves of that same way you have to rid yourselves of these feelings where you feel remembering the relationship and remembrance and warmth and thinking this was the best person that you ever encountered or the best friend or all this stuff, right? They're not, you're being trained. That's a better word than pruned, maybe. You're being trained. You're going through the trenches to emerge brighter than ever before, right? So you have to understand that there is an agenda out there that wants you back together. Also, the state of society, the agenda by society, because I believe they want a dysfunctional society. They don't want people in harmony. There's things being implemented there which prevent you as well. But let's take that as, what I mean is the state of just friendships or romantic relationships and things like that in today's day and age. is messed up, right? The state of it and the people's morals and decency. But I believe that's being kind of allowed by society, right? Or the higher ups or whatever you want to call them, right? That allow this to happen. But really it's sourced from the devil, you know? Because the devil likes this disarray, right? Likes this crazy kind of shit going on so he can thrive, you know, and you know, the beings of God, chosen ones, the empaths of the universe, they're his veins, you know, running, you know, the devil's trying to intersect or intercede into your connection with God. And you see, so I want you to wrap your head around why you're in discomfort, why you're around these things, because it's actually coming from an external, call it a force, call it an energy, you know. So I want you all to know that certain things you're thinking or feelings you have, you're picking up from other people's vibes. You all know that feeling of if you walk in a room and it's warm, or you walk in a room and it's cold. I believe that's where it starts at, on your path of awakening. You start to feel vibes around you, right? You're aware of that. Now, that's one reason why the narcissist won't change, because they can't really connect to that same vibe you feel. They're more governed by worried about people's interpretation of them or this, that, the other. And some of you might have that as well, where you're worried about someone's interpretation. But as you start to grow, you pick up on vibes, all right? As you start to awaken, you can start to feel people's energy more and more and more and more. Difference was when you were this narcissist, you were just pouring out your energy in servitude endlessly, right? So please embrace that. Want you back together for your own destruction. So you need to rid these feelings or these warmth or these missing, feeling fond of them. All of this is coming from a negative energy. Like the relationship itself, the shit they done, right? You can't have no feelings of admiration or any affection. So really that's what the healing journey is about ridding yourself of that. And I believe it's going to happen naturally through God. It just happens at God's timing. Okay? Because an abrupt healing is not good for you. An abrupt healing is rushing out there, hanging around with strangers and letting people in so soon and stuff like that. That's an abrupt way of healing. It's not going to heal you. Momentarily, it will give you satisfaction or you'll feel better momentarily. But it's got devastating consequences. And that's why, you know, I used to bring out that lone wolf segment and stuff like that. I was trying to encourage you to try and go through this, be in your cocoon, go through the healing journey and really emerge brighter, because the devil really, you have to rid yourself of all these energies. Like so many of you, like people say stuff like that in the comments, like, oh, how long is it going to be? How long is it going to be? Like they want to meet someone. They want to meet, like really find that fulfillment inside yourself. You know, find that fulfillment inside yourself. Rid yourself of the desire to be around anyone. All right. Rid the self, like the want for that. And then you'll start to notice things arise where people want your time, attention, your company. And you actually become the person who chooses not to endlessly give your time and your energy towards these cretins. Right? So all you got to understand is the way that you know how you're feeling, the narcissist is feeling a version of that inside themselves as well, because they're tormented by the enemy. The enemy wants you around because he doesn't want your ascension and growth. You're very impactful. You're making a difference in the world, even beyond your comprehension, in the steps you take, in a smile you give to someone, in your devotion toward your work or your children or your family. You're making an impact in the world. All right. You're doing it on a myriad of ways, right? And the enemy is conscious of this and doesn't want you to be doing that. So he wants you stuck on the narcissist, not healing, right? That's what the enemy wants. Okay. That's what the devil wants. So wants you back together with the narcissist, wants you rushing out there. If not, you can't go back together with the narcissist, and rushing out there and just indulging in toxic shit, right? To try and distract you. And, you know, the chosen one, the empath, the genuine soul can fall into that path. But hopefully if you're in that path, you hear this now. And I'm not talking about sin and all that. I'm talking about you can indulge in toxic behaviors and stuff in life that keep you stuck and bound. Or you can look for quick fixes that don't really provide that quick fix, if that's the best way I can say it. You know? So, embrace this is you leveling up. You are going to level up more and more and more and more if you choose to take these steps on board that I've said in this video. So anyway, thank you so much for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. If you'd like to donate or support to the channel, you can. Check out Zion Music YouTube channel, okay? And check out Zion Spiritual YouTube channel as well. It's all narcissism based. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.